Genesis chapter 12, verses 1 through 9. Now the Lord said to Abram, "Get out of your country and away from your relatives and from your father's house and go to the land that I will show you. I will make you a great nation. I will bless you and make your name great. You will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and I will curse anyone who dishonors you. All of the families of the earth will be blessed in you." So Abram went, as the Lord had told him. Lot went with him. Abram was 75 years old when he departed from Haran. Abram took Sarai his wife, Lot, his brother's son, and all the possessions they had accumulated and the people that they had acquired in Haran, and they set out to travel to the land of Canaan. Eventually they arrived in the land of Canaan. Abram passed through the land until he came to the oak of Moreh at the place called Shechem. The Canaanites were in the land at that time. The Lord appeared to Abram and said, "I will give this land to your descendants." Abram built an altar there to the Lord, who had appeared to him. He moved on from there to the hill country east of Bethel and pitched his tent there, with Bethel on the west and Ai on the east. There he built an altar to the Lord and proclaimed the name of the Lord. Abram pulled out from there and kept traveling toward the Negev. Genesis chapter 15, verses 1 through 18. After these events the word of the Lord came to Abram in a vision. He said, "Do not be afraid, Abram. I am your shield, your very great reward." Abram said, "Lord God, what can you give me, since I remain childless, and the one who will inherit my estate is Eliezer of Damascus?" Abram also said, "Look, you have given me no offspring, so a servant born in my house will be my heir." Just then, the word of the Lord came to him. God said, "This man will not be your heir, but instead one who will come out of your own body will be your heir." The Lord then brought him outside and said, "Now look toward the sky and count the stars, if you are able to count them." He said to Abram, "This is what your descendants will be like." Abram believed in the Lord, and the Lord credited it to him as righteousness. He said to him, "I am the Lord, who brought you out of Ur of the Chaldeans to give you this land as a possession." He said, "Lord God, how will I know that I will possess it?" The Lord said to him, "Bring me a heifer 3 years old, a female goat 3 years old, a ram 3 years old, a turtledove, and a young pigeon." Abram gathered all of these, divided them in half, and laid the 2 halves across from each other, but he did not divide the birds in 2. Birds of prey came down on the carcasses, but Abram drove them away. When the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell on Abram. Then terrifying, deep darkness fell on him. The Lord said to Abram, "Know this. Your descendants will live as aliens in a land that is not theirs, and they will serve its people, who will afflict them for 400 years. But I will surely judge the nation that they will serve. Afterward your descendants will come out with great wealth, but you will go to your fathers in peace. You will be buried at a good old age. In the 4th generation your descendants will come here again, because the guilt of the Amorites is not yet full." Then when the sun had gone down and it was dark, suddenly a smoking oven and a flaming torch passed between the pieces. On that day the Lord made a covenant with Abram. He said, "To your descendants I have given this land from the river of Egypt to the great river, the river Euphrates." Genesis chapter 18, verses 16 through 33. The men got up from there and looked down toward Sodom. Abraham went with them to see them on their way. The Lord said, "Should I hide from Abraham what I am about to do, since Abraham will surely become a great and mighty nation, and all the nations of the earth will be blessed in him? For I have chosen him, so that he may command his children and his household who follow after him to keep the way of the Lord by carrying out righteousness and justice, so that the Lord may deliver to Abraham what he has promised him." So the Lord said, "Because the outcry against Sodom and Gomorrah is great, and because their sin is very flagrant, I will go down now and see if what they have done is as bad as the outcry that has come to me. If not, I will know." The 2 men turned from there and went toward Sodom, but Abraham remained standing before the Lord. Abraham approached him and said, "Will you really sweep away the righteous along with the wicked? What if there are 50 righteous people in the city? Will you really sweep them away and not spare the place for the sake of the 50 righteous who are in it? You would never do such a thing, killing the righteous along with the wicked, treating the righteous the same as the wicked. You would never do such a thing. The judge of all the earth should do right, shouldn't he? The Lord said, if I find 50 righteous people within the city of Sodom, then I will spare the entire place for their sake. Abraham answered, see now, I who am but dust and ashes have taken it on myself to speak to my Lord. What if there are 5 fewer than 50 righteous? Will you destroy the entire city if the number is 5 short? He said, I will not destroy it if I find 45 there. He spoke to him yet again and said, what if only 40 are found there? He said, I will not do it for the sake of the 40. He said, please, do not be angry, my Lord, but I will speak again. What if 30 are found there? He said, I will not do it if I find 30 there. He said, see now, I have taken it upon myself to speak to my Lord. What if there are 20 found there? He said, I will not destroy it for the sake of the 20. He said, please, do not be angry, my Lord, but I will speak just once more. What if 10 are found there? He said, I will not destroy it for the sake of the 10. As soon as he had finished speaking with Abraham, the Lord went on his way, and Abraham returned to his place.